too far into it. There we go. So one of the ladies that he met, it was at the end of last week, Tori, he met out in the field. Hey, if somebody needs to mute their phone, I'm not sure who that is. Let's mute. Okay, sorry about that, guys. There was a baby in the background, so I had to make things happen. Hot mute. So one of the ladies he actually met at a boutique, a very sharp lady who has been running her business. This lady, she's awesome. She's got 4 kids in her mid-20s, and she is definitely a PLU, very high energy. And Darius just shared the dream. He's like, hey, do you see yourself working here for the rest of your life? And she's like, honestly, this is cool, but I don't want to work at a boutique the rest of my life. And that's literally exactly what he said. And he was like, hey, I think this career will be perfect for you. Honestly, you may like it, you may not, but I think that you would crush it doing what I do. And she was like, really? And Darius's enthusiasm sparked enthusiasm in the prospect. And he was like, yes, you have to meet Kyle. Like you have to meet him. And but first, before you meet him, you need to watch his video and tell me what you think and fill out the application at the end. You got to do it. And his enthusiasm of just saying that, she went ahead and watched the video, filled out a huge application questionnaire. And whenever I talked to her for a second interview, she was like super fired up about it. Like her energy level was like out the roof, and it was awesome. And yeah, she's a very sharp lady. And guys, that's the 3rd time in 2 weeks he's walked into businesses and just shared the opportunity. So guys, just know that there are people out there in your area that are sharp, people that you meet that are business owners. Guys, people that love what they do are the best people to recruit. Okay, so don't ever feel too scared to share the opportunity because, and the cool thing is all those ladies that actually have been placed, on Darius's team, they're all clients as well. So they've all signed up. So when we protect somebody, they're not just a client, they're a business partner. Think of them as business partners. They're either going to be a client for, just a supplemental insurance client for the next 25 or 30 years, or, they may end up becoming a business partner by protecting families with us, right? So a lot of the agencies, top producers are clients. You guys are all clients of Family Heritage as well. I'm pretty sure 100% of people on this call are clients as well. Okay. So we need to give the same opportunity to our clients when we meet out there in the field. Okay. Just sharing the dream. Obviously, we're not going to talk to everybody. Like if I'm walking into a shop and I could just tell the guy that I'm sitting down with is not sharp at all, he's like, say a 3 or 4, like what Van said, we're not going to recruit him, obviously. But if you meet somebody who 7, 8, 9, or 10, for sure, at least give them the opportunity to tell us no. So because I promise you, we do have a very long interview process. We will weed out the folks that this is not a good fit for, and we'll bring on the people that are called PLU, called people like us. Okay. So guys, there are people out there everywhere. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. There's a couple updates that I think is very important. This is one. This is the governor's table. There have been a lot of talk about how awesome this has been the last couple months. So guys, this is the Board of Governors, Devin Beck from Montana. This guy lives in like the most beautiful place in Montana. Devin, he's a regional director with Globe Life Family Heritage. Been here for about 8 years. He is a guest speaker today at 10 a.m. So unless you're like in a mid demo, getting on calls like this and webinars like this are awesome. And there was one yesterday, or sorry, it was last week with Amberly Kessler, who just hit market director, and it was fire. It was a field director's call, and it was recorded, and I emailed that out to our agency last night, Schneider Agencies, and I listened to it last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was awesome. I wasn't able to listen to the live recording because we had our agency day that exact same time, but I listened to the recording last night, and I was like, dude, this is sweet. Our agency needs to hear this right now, because she was a field director and just got promoted to market director. So please invest your time, guys, into listening to these recordings because they do make a difference. And there's one eagle that I read early this morning. I saw it on Transparent's website. Guys, this is amazing. This eagle by Terrell Walker wrote over 28,000 2 train wars ago, most of it with nothing set up before the week starts. There's a lot of people on this call that are thinking, man, I don't have anything set up for next week either. So guys, read this eagle. This is liquid gold. Okay, so I put it in the Voxer chat as well for Schneider and Davenport Agencies Voxer chat. So And guys, I would recommend reading an Eagle every single day, getting your head and heart right and just getting your belief level out of this world, because we're going to be breaking records, starting today. We're going to be breaking records. And next week is the national championship week. Okay. And I'll tell you this, if you're not nervous about next week, you should be. It's good to be nervous. If there's a huge game, if it's the biggest game of your life, if you ever played sports, or if you're rehearsing for a play and you're about to get on stage in front of 10,000 people, you better be nervous for it. Because if you're not nervous, that means that you don't care enough about it. Okay. So it doesn't matter what profession you're in, when there's a very big event going on, it's good to be nervous. So next week, just make sure that we practice next week like it's the national championship game. And those people that practice the most before the week starts will definitely have the best results. So guys, we're going to cover right now 15 action items to help you crush the trade more next week. 15 action items that you can do between today and Monday at 8 a.m. So you can absolutely crush PPW week next week. Okay. And guys, I would highly recommend taking notes, because when you guys run your own calls one day, when you guys have your own team, or you have your own little train mores, or let's say you're a field director, you've got a team of 5 and you're having a team dinner, these are things that you can teach to your team down the road. So all these things I'm writing down, I've kind of copy and pasted it from other people that I've learned from 7, 8 years ago. And I've just been on enough train mores. I've heard enough people speak that all these are kind of regurgitated topics that I've heard other people speak on. And thank God I've been taking notes for the last 8 years. So I have a lot of notes to pull from, but I promise you, take in notes, because if you don't take notes on stuff like this, you're literally going to retain maybe like 5% of what you hear. So, but if you take notes, you can always go back to it. How to get prepared for a trade more week. That way, when you're teaching your own team how to get prepared for a trade more, maybe 2 years from now, then you can go back to this exact same call and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Let's just go ahead and teach on what Kyle talked about 2 years ago. And guys, and also reread this before Monday. That way, if it's Saturday or Sunday and you're like, man, what do I need to do to get prepared for the trade more? It's Saturday morning. Oh yeah, Kyle said do this. Let's go ahead and do that right now and make sure that we clear the decks. Okay, so 15 action items that you can do to crush the trade more. So number 1 is organize all your names. So organize all your names. That is like yes cards that you've gotten, referrals, put them onto Sales Rabbit. Look at your Sales Rabbit. And if you're brand spanking new, organizing your names could be as simple as knowing the first 25 businesses that you're going to go see next week. Just have them. You can either have them pinned, have them marked, or just have them written down the good old fashioned way, but just having at least 25 businesses. You need to have a set starting point for Monday morning. Okay, I promise you. So right after the good news call ends, you need to know just exactly where you're starting your day right after the call ends Monday morning. Okay, that is imperative in organizing your names and just reviewing your names. So if you've already got clients in the area that you're working in, just go ahead and refresh your names. Go ahead and look at the names list. Even if they're not your clients, if you just look on the iPad of active clients in the area, just really ingrain that in your DNA and just marry your territory, because you make your territory great. You're the one that makes your territory great, not somebody else. Okay. And really organize your names. It's very important here. So that is one action item. Number 2 is clear the decks for next week. Clear the decks. Next week is not when you get your oil change. Next week is not when you go to the dentist. Next week is not when you're doing all these little small things during the day. You got to go to the bank, whatever it is. Clear the decks for yourself. Okay. I'm working 12 hours Monday through Friday minimum. Not saying you have to do that, but you need to work no less than at least 10 hours per day, Monday through Friday next week. I'm working on Saturday, all day on Saturday next week as well. Okay. You don't have to, but it is Presidential Performance Week, guys. There's only 2 train wars like this a year. 2 train wars like this is PPW week and then Founders Week. And PPW week, Presidential Performance Week, we're really celebrating ourselves. Okay, guys, because we're all presidents of our own agencies. We're CEOs. We started up our own insurance agency when we first took this career. And we're celebrating, we're literally working for ourselves because we're the president. We're celebrating all of the other presidents out there. Okay, so this is awesome. We're celebrating the fact that we're an entrepreneur, not a wantrepreneur. So really clear the decks with you. You may have to tell your wife, hey, I'm going to be working this time. You may have to organize who's picking up the kids. You may have to get your kids' best friends' parents to pick them up from daycare. Whatever the situation is, get those things done now before next week starts. So clear the decks for yourself and your family. Okay, so you can be doing income producing activities all day, every day, Monday through Friday. And it's going to be worth it, guys. It is going to be worth it. That's number 2. Number 3 is delete your social media apps for next week. This is huge. There's a lot of people that if we literally just do this one, you're probably going to have the best week of your life. Okay, I'm not saying delete your Facebook account. What Justin Ellington says, that he calls it Facebook. But yeah, don't delete your Facebook account or Instagram account. Just delete the app off your phone. You can always re-download it Saturday night when you get done with your week. Not a big deal. I'll be deleting them this weekend. Now, I promise you're not going to miss out on anything important. You're not going to be like, oh man, if I only had Instagram on Tuesday, my week would have been way better. Definitely not. You're not going to regret it. Okay, so delete social media. Number 4, followed by the 5-minute rule all week long. 5-minute rule where there's not 5 minutes that go by that we don't at least talk to somebody. Okay, talking to people constantly. Gas stations, out in the parking lot. It could be a lobby. It could be wherever. It could be to your neighbor. It doesn't matter. We talk to people all week long this week. Your voice should be hoarse by the end of the week because you've talked so much. You should be mentally wiped out next week. Number 5 is work hard for something else. Work hard for something else. And guys, this could be a lot of things. This could be, it could be something or somebody else. Okay, so it's kind of the either or. You could be working hard to get a couples massage for this weekend for you and your wife. Now that's something to work hard for. Okay, you could be working really hard so you can have a date night Sunday night with your spouse or your boyfriend, whoever it is. Work hard for something this week, like something that is real visual and not just like, so I can go do this, do that. No, like something that you actually can do with your efforts for this week. Okay, something that you can physically go buy on Sunday or go make happen on Sunday, or it could be for somebody else. I'm going to work hard so I can take my parents on a date, okay, or I can get them a date night for Sunday. Whatever it is, work hard for something this week, something that you can go spend money on and spend your hard-earned money this week, and you feel really good about spending it, okay? That is powerful for a big week to really push. It's crazy how hard that will work for $100 or $200 gift for somebody else, okay? Number 6 is crush your morning routine this week. Crush your morning routine this week. Okay, so I know everybody in our agency now has the Miracle Morning Book for Schneider agencies. We gave that out at Agency Day last week, and it talks about how to have a great morning routine. Okay, and if you're not doing every single thing in that book to a T, that's okay. You don't have to do all 6 of the savers to have a great morning routine, but at least do a few of them and have a set start time and a set stop time. Have a set wake up time, because if you don't wake up at the set time each morning, it does throw off your circadian rhythm in your body. So making sure that you wake up at the exact same time. So last year, 2021, I woke up at 5:30 every single day last year. This year, I turned it back 5 minutes. It's 5:25. Okay, just shaved off 5 minutes. Okay, and next year, I'll probably shave off 5 more minutes, right? So just trying to sharpen my morning routine little bit by little bit. But crush your morning routine next week. It is very, and if you want to crush it next week, crush it starting tomorrow. On Friday, you're going to crush the Friday if you have a great morning routine. Number 7, recharge your battery this weekend. Recharge your battery this weekend. And there's a few things that follow into this category. That could be working out. That could be cleaning your car. I think everybody should clean your car this weekend, because next week you need to have your office clean. Your office is going to be your car next week. Okay, having it super clean, super sharp. You don't want to have like things left over from the prior week, a dirty office. It's just not good for you mentally. So having a fresh, clean car is the best way to start a new week. Full tank of gas, having all your supplies in order in the back seat of your car, all that stuff. Having your lunch packed already before the week starts. Game changer. Yeah, recharge your battery. Take time to yourself this weekend to really think and visualize this upcoming week. Number 8 is have a set goal for yourself and for your team if you have a team. So have a very set specific goal for yourself and for your agency for this week. And there's 3 metrics that are kind of non-negotiable. For a big week like this, you need to have an hour goal, like how many hours you're dedicated to working this week, a demo goal, how many presentations you're going to be doing this week, and a premium goal, how much premium you want to write. Okay. So those 3. And then if you really want to go the extra mile, look and see what your best week is so far of your career. If you don't know that, ask your leader or your agency owner what your best week so far is. And we can get that to you before Monday and have a goal to beat that. Okay, this is the time that people will have their best week. I know this time last year, I remember like it was yesterday, Caitlin Roberts, her best week prior was like 14,000 and went out and wrote 23,000 on PPW week, right? And I know that she remembers that, like she'll remember that the rest of her life. Sorry, Caitlin Bagwell. Caitlin Bagwell had her best week this time last year. And there's several other people that had their best week on PPW as well. Okay. Number 9 is read Eagles and claims every morning. Before you start your day, while you're drinking your morning coffee, read an Eagle and a claim each morning. You guys, Eagles and claims are all on FHL Connect. There are hundreds of them. Okay, hundreds of them. Okay, if you go to click on agent material on the top part, click on agent archives, you can get Eagles for years and years for all the months of each year. And there are a lot of good Eagles to read on there. Okay, and you can find claims on the website as well. You can also find claims on your iPad. Okay, but read those every single morning, because what that does, that just gets your head and heart right for service for this week. Okay. Number 10, be prepared to be the best version of yourself all week long. You know, all the way through the finish line. What is the best version of yourself? Not what your coworker's best version is, not what your other team members are, but what is the best version of you? If you go 100% for a week, what does that look like? That's not just working out in the field. That's even back home, your personal life, your physical life. What is the best version of yourself, you know, in your physical life look like? You know, working out, mental preparation, being a reader, right? Being a great dad. Next week, be the best version of yourself all week long. Okay. Number 11, fill up your pipeline today and Friday with tons of appointments / enrollments. Fill up your pipeline with appointments and enrollments. All referrals, all people that you've already protected, go reservice them, get referrals, collect more names, pick their brain, you know, get 10 or 15 referrals, guys. Ask them who you can go see right now, because next week is open enrollment week. It is open enrollment week in your territory. If you're in Gastonia, North Carolina, if you're in Wilmington, if you're in Columbia, wherever your territory is, it is open enrollment week. Next week is the biggest open enrollment week of the entire year. And we were speaking that into existence. Number 12, listen to Sharpening the Saw episodes, number 6 by Justin Ellingson on how to crush a Traymore, and episode 10 with Howard Lewis. Sharpening the Saw episodes, those are on SoundCloud. Okay. A little bit different than the Yellow Bears podcast, but episode number 6 with Justin Ellingson and number 10 with Howard Lewis. Those are great on getting yourself mentally prepared for a huge Traymore. Okay. Number 14 for Presidential Performance Week. Dress the part. Dress like you're the CEO of your own startup agency. People will respect you when you respect yourself. Dress like an actual business owner. Okay. Next week is not casual attire. It's business attire. It's Presidential Performance Week, baby. We go all out. Be excited and proud of what you built here. It's a big freaking deal. Like, you're a big deal in your area, and people need to see you at your absolute best. Okay. Number 14 is have gratitude next week. Have gratitude. Go the extra mile on service next week and this week too. Go the extra mile on service. I actually heard an Elevators podcast this morning by Amber Winfrey, the newest one that just dropped, and it talks about claims and just going the extra mile on service, and it was awesome. giving to others without expecting anything in return. Having that extra service is the difference between us and Aflac. It's the reason why people buy Family Heritage. They're not buying Family Heritage, they're buying you. You are the agent that they're buying. You make a difference. You make an impact in your community. You're the local agent that'll take care of them when they're going through cancer. To walk in, shoulders back, chest up, big goofy smile, because we do a great thing here. Treat each person like you would treat your mom. When you're out there in the field, treat each person with respect like you would treat your own mother. And be grateful for what you have. You're able to walk. You're able to taste, to smell, to see. There's a lot of people out there that can't. So the world needs you to be at your dead level best. Your territory needs you to do your job. Your family needs you to do the job that you chose to do, and today matters. So have gratitude. That was number 14. And last is have passion. Bring the heat. Be passionate about what you're doing. It's not up to your clients to make your day. It is up to you to make their day. Have that fire burning in your belly. You are here. Make the most out of it. You're supposed to be in front of each person that you meet and get them protected. We are on a mission. Okay? Whenever the first few objections come on, game on. Let's play ball. People are going to buy your enthusiasm in your eyes and tone of voice next week, and they will trust you because of this. Okay? So have passion. So guys, those are 15 action items for next week. Are there any questions or any comments on what we just covered?
Kyle,
No, thanks, Kyle.
Kyle, Victor, hey, what was the name of that book that you give to each of your agents members? I'm always looking for a good read.
Yes, sir. It's called Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod. If you order it today, you can probably get it in your mailbox by Saturday, or you can order Audible, obviously, and listen to it right now. So,
hey, what was number 11 again, Kyle? Sorry.
Number 11 was fill your pipeline with as many appointments, referrals, and enrollments today so you can have a full week next week. Pack your schedule to every last minute that you possibly can with names, appointments, so that way you have a lot of things already on the calendar. You don't have to have things on the calendar, obviously, but it helps to have certain things on the calendar that you're really looking forward to. That was number 11. And guys, I would say this, I keep saying next week, but really start today. Let's start doing these things right now, because I promise you, you play how you practice. So let's practice hard today. Let's go out and make things happen. It is Thursday. This is always the best day of the week, and Thursday, Friday, towards the end of the week. So let's go out there, have a big Thursday and Friday, be the best version of ourselves. Go have some fun, guys, because it is fun. Voxer is going to be blowing up next week. Next week, be visualizing dropping bombs at 6 a.m. How cool would it be if you're dropping 4 bombs at 6 a.m. next week? That's going to be happening. You're going to see people doing that. Just so you know, you guys are going to be seeing people drop bombs right on 6 a.m. You're going to see people be dropping bombs of Voxer at 11 p.m. You'll be seeing people drop bombs after midnight. That's what happens on weeks like this. This is where there's going to be people literally when their best week so far is 7,000 ever before this week, and there's going to be people writing 8,000 in a day. And they're like, oh my gosh, I literally just had my best week in a day. I wrote over 8K today. I don't even know. I'm shaking. I'm freaking out. This is awesome. Well, guys, that's what happens in weeks like this, okay? Because it's supposed to happen. And we just master the fundamentals, and just that extra layer of hyper focus and activity yields to extraordinary results in our business. And you'll see it. You'll see agents around the country writing 10, 20,000 in a day next week. So that can be you. So let's go out there, do our best, guys, and let's have a great Thursday. It's great being in business and being presidents with all you guys. It's fun. And yeah, have a great Thursday, guys.
Thanks, y'all.